Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah. Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, who died for the sake of Allah as a prisoner. He was imprisoned in Cairo, in Alexandria, and Damascus. And he died in the prison of Damascus. For what? For da'wah. This man, he deserves lectures, not a lecture. Allah Azza wa Jal protected the deen of Islam at some point in its critical times through Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah. You better know that. Some 700 years ago. He fought with his pen, with his tongue, with his sword. He was on all fronts for the Muslims, for the sake of the Muslims, out of love for the Muslims. And he was imprisoned by people who hated him out of envy because of a fatwa, and still he said, I forgive all of those who have done this to me. They have no idea what kind of goodness I acquired from this imprisonment. This is a man of Iman. This is Iman. He was in prison, he died in prison. He said, they have no idea what kind of favor they did for me. What kind of blessings I received from Allah in seclusion. No one nagging over his head, no one wasting his time, no one bothering him. He went all into knowledge. Turned the prison into a jamia, into a university of Islam. People playing cards, he converted everyone in the prison. Came, found him, no salah, playing cards. He turned it into a school. When some of them, their time was done, they said, khalas, you've done. They didn't leave prison. They said, your time is up, you've done your 2 years, ma'a salama. Say no. They are students of Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah in the prison. Shaykh Ahmad Didat, rahimahullah, who has been attacked wrongfully by a group of individuals who don't fear Allah, nor do they observe justice. Once they dislike someone, he's done. Whether with justice or without justice, he's done. They're not fair in their treatment. And this is not from the characteristics of the du'at or the Muslims. Ahmad Didat rahimahullah, he said himself, I'm not a scholar of Islam. And I'm telling you now, so you will know, because this is amana ilmiya, this is entrusted in knowledge. His aqeedah rahimahullah wasn't sound. But we hope Allah Azza wa Jal will forgive that because of the many good which he has done. Don't learn Islam from him because he wasn't there to teach Islam. He may speak about some of the names and attributes of Allah and it's not sound. And inshallah he's excused because of where he was putting his effort. But come look at the da'wah. Come look at demolishing the Christians. You must know that ever since he came on the scene, Christianity was never the same anymore. A single man slaughtered a nation. If you want to visualize Ahmad Didat, he came with a big old knife and Christianity was a sheep and he said, Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, whoop. Everyone was gone. All of these lousy clowns that came and debated with him, they were slapped around. Sweep the floor with them, throw them out. Next, not even one of them was able to do anything, nor convince anyone about anything. Failure. Total failure. Besides the many people that became Muslim through his efforts, rahimahullah, if the other people that attended didn't become Muslim, their belief was never the same anymore. I can imagine Christians going home after the debate saying, wait, man, what do I believe? What did I really believe? He will bring things that the priests don't know or they deliberately hide. You know how you bring a Bible, say, look, same publishers. This one has this verse here. This one, they took it out. Huh? Say, what happened? And the people are shocked because the average people go to church have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. He burnt them out. He defeated them. And you know what? He didn't go to he was self-taught. It was all his own personal effort. Didn't go to university, doesn't have a formal education in the ultimate sense. He was a regular man. And one man did ajaib, amazing things, so much so that one of the rare times you will find an English speaker whose speech is translated to Arabic. This is almost unheard of. You will find that his lectures are actually written in Arabic. This is something that is considered to be very odd in the field of da'wah, to translate someone's work, because usually you get the da'wah in English or Urdu from Arabic, not the other way around. But there was nothing available. in this sense. So we say, Rahimahullah Ta'ala, and may Allah pardon his shortcomings. But this is an example of someone whom Allah honored in this sense. And we hate the errors, but we cannot hate the truth. We cannot hate the effort. We cannot hate this concern for Islam. He risked his life. Some of the debates, he used to get death threats from some of the Christians. It wasn't easy. A lot of things he had to memorize. He memorized the Bible. Which one of us can memorize? Which one of us memorized the Quran? Barakallahu fi. Let alone the Bible. This was effort, but this was the da'wah. This was Allah musta'an. Tayyib. What do I say to you at the end? Yeah, akhi, please, all these beautiful children, dedicate one for the sake of Allah. If Allah gave you 2, 3, 4 children, one of them, at least one of them, say, this is fi sabilillah. Hada fi sabilillah. Hadihi fi sabilillah. This child, in the cause of Allah. Let them do something for the ummah because the ummah needs them. We need doctors, no doubt. Go to the hospital. We're in the hospital. Go see how many doctors they have on the list of employees now. But go see how many du'at they have. How many mashayikh? It's not the same. We need people of knowledge. We need people of da'wah. Dedicate one of your children for the sake of Allah. Allah Azza wa Jal will not disappoint you. Allah will not leave you unattended. Inshallah, Allah will facilitate the means for this boy to reach the level where he will benefit the whole Muslim ummah, and all of this will be in your book of good deeds. Based on the hadith we quoted earlier. Don't undermine the da'wah, and don't undermine the du'at. They may not be as rich, they may not be as wealthy, they may not be as educated in the worldly life, but these to Allah are superior to everyone else. Per what I mentioned to you earlier. And we're all far away from them. I'm speaking about other people, by the way, not us here, including myself. The real du'at are something else. We're trying to follow their footsteps. And we ask Allah to facilitate. What do you and your children need to become du'at? Steps to be taken. First, seek Allah's aid. إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ رَبَّنَا هَبْ لَنَا مِنْ أَزْوَاجِنَا وَذُرِّيَّاتِنَا قُرَّةَ أَعْيُنٍ. Ask Allah. Oh Allah, grant us from our wives, our family, our children, the pleasure of the eye. Beg Allah to make your children upright and righteous. To make them people who are utilized for the sake of Islam. Second, be sincere. Be sincere in doing so. Let us not have any other worldly objectives along the line. Thirdly, strictly adhere to the sunnah. Don't become a da'iyah to innovation. Don't become a da'iyah to a group. Stick to the sunnah. Call to the sunnah. Live by the sunnah. Fourthly, look good, smell good. I never thought I would have to say that. But sometimes you have to say that. Look good, ya akhi. The Prophet ﷺ looked good. He looked handsome because of the beauty Allah gave him, and because the way he adorned himself, the way he presented himself. Specifically when the tribes and other people will come, the convoys will come to meet him, he would dress to them accordingly. So yes, if you are mashallah zahid, Mr. Ascetic, Shaykh al-Islam and Zuhd, you don't care for the dunya, you want to dress normally, that's fine. At least let it look representable. I'm not telling you wear fancy clothes. But we must look good, and looking good is looking good according to the sunnah. Not looking good according to any other standards, FYI. And smell good. Because we've had du'at, when they come in, you want to leave. Very ajib. How can you give da'wah to someone when your armpit is in his nose? Your armpit stink is in his nose. He can't even understand anything. He just wants to, wallahi, this happened before. He wants to jump out of the window. Because you can't take the smell, it's disgusting. You have to smell good, you have to look good, so the person will be able to focus on the content which you have to say. This is necessary. Inshallah, all of us do that already. Be patient. You have to be patient. If you're not patient, you will go crazy, which is what happens to me often. Sometimes I lose my patience in the replies and the comments that I get on the lectures which I deliver. I always remind myself patience. I need the first reminder. I'm the first one who needs this reminder. I need to be patient. Because sometimes people really tease you. Yani, I'll give you an example. Someone came on one of the lectures, he said, "What a jaheel!" Jaheel? The word is jahil. Yeah, jahil. Jahil, if you want to write it in English, J-A-A-H-I-L. He wrote J-A-H-E-E-L. Jahil. How ignorant are you that you don't even know the word ignorance? You see what I'm saying? You must be so ignorant that the word ignorant you don't know and you're calling me ignorant. Why? Because I'm calling to what he doesn't like. Yet, even worse, on one of these forums, someone posted my lecture about hell equals garment. Okay? So all these guys who either really follow the fiqh position that it's allowed to keep your pants below the ankles, which is rejected, whatever, or they're followers of desires, they started leaving these bad comments. Okay, he put the video, he said, watch this lecture, everybody started saying bad stuff. You know what it boiled down to? Look, a person said, this guy wants to speak about hell equals garment when he shaves his mustache. He shaves his mustache, which is mutilation and imitation of women. And if Imam Malik was around, he would beat him up. Leh. Ya akhi, we're discussing now, excuse me, we're discussing hell equals garment. You don't like what I say, you start looking for faults in me, so you can justify what? Keeping your pants below the ankles? You lose patience. Say, listen man, these are some ridiculous individuals. They may intend good. They may be good brothers, but this is not acceptable. If you don't like what I'm saying, reject it. Then, for your information, the madhahib, how many are they? Two say it's a sunnah to shave, two say it's a sunnah to trim. Okay? So I'm not coming with something from the moon. This is something that the ulama understood from the word juzzu, huffu shawarib, juzzu shawarib. It may mean to shave. Some of the interpretations entail that. So what is the fault in me? Aren't you supposed to assume that the brother's following a position among the ulama? Instead of, saying, oh, well, I'm going to keep my pants below the ankles, so I'm not going to learn from you because you shave your mustache. Ajib. But that's what you get, wallah. Then you complain, say, subhanallah, ya akhwan, what is this impression? They leave a comment, cry baby. Very irritating. But, I reminded myself, I said, Mussab, you need to be patient. You need to be patient. Allah musta'an. Wallah, you don't finish, you don't end with the people. Followers of desires, big headache. And these are the people that you need the most patience with. Okay, don't fear anyone but Allah. Fifthly or sixthly, don't fear anyone but Allah. لا تخاف في الله لومة لائم. Don't care what they think, what they say. Say the truth, even if it hurts, even if it's bitter. They will learn to swallow it. Unless wisdom entails that you keep to yourself at some point. Otherwise, don't be afraid of fulan and iltan. Say it as it is. Don't compromise the truth. Don't compromise. If you know something's haram, don't accept it in order to please the people. Stick to your position. Stick to your position. Hold to your grounds as much as you can. Hang out with the da'wah people. They are the nicest people on earth. The nicest people you can hang out with, whether in a religious sense or worldly sense, are the people of da'wah. Because you are in an environment where the subject matter and the topic and the discussion is usually da'wah, with some other halal things here and there. You won't really get into this evil that you may get while hanging out with other kinds of people. Hang out with them, they're nice guys. And lastly, remain humble. If Allah gives you success, don't start believing that you become something. Always remember that it's Allah who grants success, and we still have a long way to go. Just look at the ulama who preceded us. So I hope, inshallah, in what you have heard, I've at least instilled in myself and you that burning desire to invite to Allah. On the non-Muslims and among the Muslims in joining the good and forbidding the evil and being confident while doing so. This is means of success, and this is a must today in the Muslim Ummah. It's a must for the Muslims to become successful as a nation for our own and amongst other nations. And Allah is the source of success. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد.